Hello everyone, let me know in the chat if you can hear me. We're live here in Amsterdam, and we are at React Summit here at Kromhout Hall. So we're just going to be walking through. I think people are on a coffee break pretty soon, so there's going to be a lot of people walking around. So we're just going to kind of tour through the masses of people, and if you see anything interesting, just let me know in the chat, and we'll stop to see things. Yeah. And also, let me know if everything's coming clear, if you can hear me, if you can see. Right now is a coffee break, so people are going to be walking around on the Expo floor and stuff like that. It's the registration desk. People get their badges and everything. And bright and clear, great. And over here they have, like all throughout the Expo floor, they have places to get coffee automated, but they also have baristas too, so you can get a custom coffee if you want. And just places to work. Lots of brain power walking around. Yeah, like I think every conference like this that has all these people, it's like a concentration of really smart people all in one place. Yeah, it's, as far as I can tell, there really isn't people wearing masks anymore here in the Netherlands. I mean, same thing in the United States. Most people are vaccinated, so. What's up, Graham? Yeah, we're vlogging, and I mean, not quite coding, but this is coding related because we're at React Summit. So. Yeah, here's more coffee stations. If you check out my Twitter, I've tweeted a few photos because they have like a photo booth that I went to. Tons of cool places to hang out to. If you were watching the live stream yesterday, I actually, because I was an MC for JS Nation yesterday, so what do you call it? Oh yeah, I filmed a walkthrough video with one of their video crews, and so it was similar to this, but not live. Though I don't think they edited it. It was basically just the full thing. Yeah, galloping tapeworm. I'm glad I could make it so you all can experience this too, because it's like being here yourself, you know, like on the Expo floor. But I kind of want to tour like the stages and stuff, because the screens are insane. So this is just an area out here with the booths, but this shows the talk that's happening on the main stage, and then they'll show the schedule every now and then. Let me see if I can get a view behind it, because it's just a massive LED wall, LED panel. Yeah, look at that. I'm fascinated by that kind of thing. What is it? Yeah, it's a bunch of like LED panels. Super cool. And this is the main hall, the main stage. So I think React Summit has about 1,500 people here. So you can see the main stage here has a lot of seats. And morning, DMD, welcome in. And Timon says, would have liked to experience it myself, but still greetings from your vacation. Nice that I'm still on vacation. But yeah, let's walk through here. If you saw on Twitter, I posted a video of the birthday celebration. They had streamers that kind of like exploded, so they're cleaning that up now. And good morning, WBW. Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, so far back there, you kind of need binoculars, but they have multiple screens, so it's easier to see if you're further back. Are there other streamers? No, I haven't met any other streamers here. But people have stopped me. So yesterday I gave out like 5 sticker packs. So basically, if you're watching this and you're in Amsterdam, if you find me, I will give you a sticker pack with shiny stickers in it. But yeah, yesterday at least 5 people came up to me that all said they've watched me either on YouTube or Twitch. So I gave them stickers. And it's interesting though, because almost everyone that came up to me, like it's like they don't watch anymore. Like they used to watch me a long time ago, but they haven't watched me in a while. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, Nightcoder, glad I could experience it for you. So this is interesting. I haven't seen this at other conferences. Maybe they have it, but basically these booths right here, when a speaker is done giving a talk, they do a Q&A. So you can stand in line and ask questions. And so this is the talk that just happened on the main stage. It was about debugging JavaScript from one of the core maintainers of Redux. I forget his name, but he's the one talking right now. And if you're a remote attendee, they also have an online thing. So it's called spatial chat. So if you're watching remotely, you can actually ask questions as well. And then there's another speaker giving a Q&A as well. And then a random Mishko Hevry just having a conversation. Also, this art installation. Let's see if we can find a video of it. Or I think this one. Yeah, there I am. It's really bright though. You can see the rig that I'm walking around with. And what's up, Fob? I met up with Fob on was it Wednesday? Met up with Fob on Wednesday. So yeah, what's up? Welcome in. So yeah, a few more sponsors on this side, and then lots of places to hang out. And then this is called the base camp track. So this is the side stage. I'll give you a quick tour of this. Hello? Hey. Oh yeah, and there's a random Theo. He keeps popping up in the ads. So he's not here in person, but he's even on the big screen up front too. Upstairs too, so I actually didn't get to check that out yesterday, but upstairs is where they have discussion panels. So throughout the day there's a few different discussion panels that are going to be happening. I guess I'll show this too. So open source basically like pixel art on a wall. It's kind of fascinating. lost some packets through there. I guess the internet coverage in that area isn't as good. Yeah, well, I'm on Wi-Fi, so I am using the conference Wi-Fi. I didn't have a chance to set up my SIM card yet. Let's try again. We'll go in this direction because the connection. I think it might just be a one Wi-Fi dead spot right in the middle. Let's see. Actually, we'll show this because the connection is strong over here. So these are the discussion rooms. Today they're doing a career advancement panel, public speaking, or how to create a good talk proposal, and the future of front-end frameworks. But let's go up here. I actually didn't get to check this out yesterday. It might be empty, and I might get in trouble for going up here because it's not open yet. But let's see. Actually, we'll get some good shots of everything from up here. People have the same idea. They're taking photos from up there. Let's go. Yeah, the location's super cool. So this used to be, I believe, a shipbuilding yard. So this is a giant warehouse that used to build ships. Some good views up here. Yeah. Some coffee and cakes. Actually, I kind of want some water. I'll probably get some later. So I'm gonna walk outside a little bit, but I might lose Wi-Fi. But we'll go out and look at the canal again for anybody that's just joining. So yeah, he's on. Thank you. So these cruise ships weren't here yesterday, so that's cool to see. And then there's Amsterdam Central Station down there. Yeah, all right, see you later, Timon. Thank you for dropping in. Cool. And then this is the venue, the Kromhout Hall. I think I'm saying that right. Kromhout Hall? Alright, let's try to look at the photo booth one more time. Maybe it was just a fluke that there was bad Wi-Fi over there. Yeah, Amsterdam's great. I've loved everything so far. Except the smells. I think being on the water, it draws a lot of smells for some reason. There we go, much better connection. So yeah, this is the photo booth. It has just a screen, you click on it, you get to take a photo, and then there's the open source faces people are drawing. Let's see. gonna stream. We'll see. Because mainly I don't want to stream the talks because it's technically a paid event to be able to see the talks. So mainly just showing like the experience of the floor. Mommy Alex, yeah. So this is awesome, going to a Kubernetes conference in Milan in a few weeks. Nice. First in-person conference. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like with a lot of people that, here, I'll show you my face. Hello. I'm a little sweaty. But I feel like a lot of people, especially because of the pandemic, potentially haven't had the chance to go to like an in-person conference or something like that. So yeah. Well, a lot of people travel, and then from like all over Europe as well. So I think because Amsterdam is very accessible for people all over Europe, people travel from Europe, and then there's a lot of people that travel from the U.S. as well. I actually met someone. Their Twitch name is Taco Bandit, but I was walking in the streets of central Amsterdam. I walked outside of a store, and he spotted me, and then like I walked around with him and his coworkers for a little bit. But it's funny because he's not even from Europe. He's from Oklahoma. So the fact that like I met somebody from the U.S. in Amsterdam was pretty cool. Somebody that watches Coding Garden. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna go down for a split second because I'm gonna tweet, and then we'll keep walking the expo floor. I'll give you basically another tour, but you can see all the people walking around and everything. All right, be back soon. They're not Valk, but we need to do that. It would be a fun little project to have a map with all the places I've streamed and then like a link to the video, but like a dot on the map where you can click it. We should be back. Yeah, and Mommy Alex says, I watched the online KubeCon from Amsterdam this year. Maybe you'll go there next year. Oh, nice, yeah. I guess it was online and in person, but you saw the online version? That's cool. But we're going to keep walking. I think I'm just going to walk circles. Like, experience like you're here as well. we'll go upstairs once more. It has some really good views. So this is the old place where they used to build ships. And Babe Juice Jordan, what's up, dude? Where are you? Can you wave at the camera? Oh, there you are. Or where are you at? Yeah, so Babe Juice Jordan and Mewtwo are giving a talk at the conference today. Oh, there you are. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go to their talk later. Honestly, we might go say hi in person. I met them first day I was here. I was just walking, and then I came across them when they were going to get their badge. And then last night they were at the speakers dinner too. So that's why React Native is slow. Too many child notes. Hey. Maybe they don't want to be on camera, and that's okay. We'll just keep walking though. But True and Jordan are giving a talk later today called Should You Use React in 2023? Inventorio, welcome in. Hello. Yeah, the next talks are starting in I think about 6 minutes. Familiar time zone, yeah. my sleep schedule is wrecked though. Like I'm very much not used to the time. Any Bitterballen or Frikadelle? I don't know what either of those are, but I did have croquettes. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I had some croquettes last night. Actually, I think I had a proper Dutch dinner last night because it was the speaker's dinner and it was on a boat called the Kapitan Anna. And so they had fish, I think it was cod, and some like potato cakes on like a bed of capers. It seemed like a very Dutch meal. Yeah, I think there are other people watching, but they might not be active in the chat. There's Theo again. On the big screen, it's like Big Brother. It's really funny. Well, I'm special. I'm on the speaker's Wi-Fi. So, yeah, what's up, Codex? Welcome in Origin. Ball-shaped croquettes. Oh, okay. So maybe that's what I got with the Bitterballen. And that's what they were. They were like fried balls, and in the middle, I don't know what it was. It seemed like it was like gravy or something like that. What's up, Jerry? Welcome in. All right, talks are starting soon, so let's just do like one more walkthrough, and then we'll get out of the way of everyone. We'll be doing some interviews over there. A mix of things I don't want to know. Well, it was really good, very tasty. One more loop around. This looks a lot more fun than Render. Well, everything I saw online of Render looked pretty fun. I don't know. It's cool though because it's just a 2-track conference, so you don't like conferences with more tracks. You have to make a lot more decisions about what talk you go to. Yeah, the venue's great. And like the tech team is amazing. Like all this stuff, like the monitors and the screens, and like just look at the ceiling, like all the rafters of the like the lights and everything. The whole crew has set all of that up. So I was an MC at JS Nation yesterday. So JS Nation was held in this exact same venue, and then today is React Summit. The Expo floor cleared out because people are getting their seats. JS Nation was great. I had a really good time, and the talks were awesome, and all the MCs were great, and the staff was great. It was really good. Yeah, I had a great time. That's me. I think it comes across like really bright on camera. Oh. Make a video just because I haven't prepared anything. We'll get a quick sneak peek of this next one. It's going to start soon. They gave everyone party hats and party blowers. Great. So, is there anything else anyone wants to see? Because this is going to be a short one. What is the hot news of this summit? I don't know yet. So in the keynote, the title talk was "Everything Old is New Again." Talked about how, like React Server components, everyone just talks about, hey, it's just what PHP is doing. And the speaker Michelle talked about how a lot of different technologies are like they work in cycles. One speaker who's also a Twitch streamer, I forgot his name, but I was talking to him yesterday, and he was like, yeah, that's a theme of a lot of the other talks that have happened. So, I mean, I don't necessarily know if, at this conference specifically, like server components or everything, I think people are just talking about how things are changing. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about Angular 16 yesterday, although like I wasn't able to go to a lot of talks because I was busy doing all the emceeing and stuff like that. One more loop around, and then I'll end it. board games over here. Pandemic, exploding kittens. Not really, Codex. I'm just here to see everything. And honestly, like, I'm just looking. I haven't taken in the whole schedule. I've just like every time a new talk comes up, I'm like determining if I want to see which one when it happens. Yeah, actually, I don't know like who from the core team is here, or if there's anyone from the core team. And I'm horrible at that, Codex. I was on a boat with so many people. Like Mishko Hevry was on the boat, Wes Boss, Ryan Carniato, Matteo Colina, like basically all like a ton of the speakers from JS Nation and React Summit yesterday, and I didn't talk to a single one of them. So that's me. And it's not that I didn't want to, I just don't know how to. Most people are always in conversation. I don't know how to insert myself into a conversation. Yeah, so this one is always held in Amsterdam. So this is the 8th year for React Summit. It used to be called React Amsterdam, but now it's called React Summit. And this is the 8th year that they're doing it. I don't think this is like officially like sponsored by Facebook or React. I think it's just like more of a community conference than like a direct Facebook thing. Yeah, big space. All right, we'll go upstairs one more time, and then we'll take a look at the canal, and I think we'll end it there. Yeah, I honestly just need practice, Codex, because like my mind just blanks in the moment, you know? But I did get to introduce Wes Boss's talk yesterday, so that was pretty cool. So I ran into True and Jordan. I don't have any planned hangs, but I did see them. Well, this is the phone that I usually stream with, my Pixel 6. How much does a polar bear weigh? I don't know, Codex. You tell me. But yeah, I'm using enough to break the ice. Yeah, I'm using my Pixel 6 with a gimbal, so everything's really smooth. Yeah, sometime in the past, people were building ships at this place. You can see all of the, what are those called? Cranes, like move things around. And you can see like the amount of work that the production crew put into this. So like the main stage lights, and then there's also like lights and screens in both the rooms and over here. Like, ton of stuff. Yeah, so I met up with Fob on Wednesday. Here, we'll do like a quick hangout. Wait, should I do this? For some reason, I'm sweating. Probably because I have a backpack and a bag here. Here we'll do a tour of all the swag that I got so far. So first of all, the bags are really nice. Like I've been to conferences before, and the bags are usually made out of like a kind of like a cheap material. This is a proper canvas bag. Let's see. This is cool. An insulated cup. And every attendee gets one of these. For JS Nation, I got a mug. Swag is something we all get. Swag is something you swag. Well, did I say swag? And then React Summit sticker. Let's see. Yeah, this is from one of the sponsors, but it's a cool little brick on a keychain. But this is from React Bricks. They're a sponsor of the conference. And then this morning I was walking past the Platformatic booth, and Mateo was like, "Come get a T-shirt." So he gave me a Platformatic T-shirt. They had a pretty big announcement at JS Nation yesterday about their new platform and service offering. So they kind of use this as the announcement of that. No, I think there was no like React Summit shirt included in this. It was just the cup and the keychain. Yeah, I haven't been to any of the Expo booths, but I'm sure they probably have like USB sticks and stuff like that there as well. Oh yeah, I think I've heard you talking about that in the chat before, Codex. Like, you're not allowed to bring home shirts from a conference. Yeah. Did I try local food? Sort of, because I went to a dinner last night that was on a boat, and it was like a very like Dutch cuisine. It was fish, potato cakes, some like, I think it was like hollandaise sauce of sorts. So, got that yesterday. And 2 days ago, I got the microquet, which is like the Netherlands-specific burger they sell at McDonald's. No, I haven't ridden a bike, but mainly because I'm out of practice. So I haven't ridden a bike in so long. I don't want to. The bike riders here are very serious, right? Like people go really fast. I don't think I would do well with all of that. The summit is just one day, but the JS Nation was yesterday, and a lot of people bought a combined ticket. So you could go to JS Nation yesterday and then React Summit today. So. Cool. Yeah. I don't doubt that I could ride the bike. I'm just not confident in my abilities to do it well. You know. Well, I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon because I'm live tweeting about the talks and stuff like that. So I won't be streaming for much longer. But I will go live tomorrow for an IRL stream. I'm just going to be walking around Amsterdam, and I'll be live probably from like 3 or 4 p.m. till like at least 9 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, outside. Well, I want to do some walks of some parks as well. So there's like Nord Park, which I went to on Wednesday. I'll probably go there again. And then there's like several parks just like right outside of the city center that I want to go to as well. And what's up, Jerry? Welcome in. Should I try to do some live coding? I think I'm gonna set up my laptop really quick. Let's see if I can get my laptop screen streaming remotely, and if I can, we'll like build a quick React app. Let's do that. Visit conferences in India. I'll have to look into it. I've never actually like checked to see like what conferences are happening like in India. but I'd love to. So basically my laptop would be running its own version of OBS, and OBS would be sending the signal back to my cloud OBS, which is what's happening on my phone right now. So my phone is sending the signal to my cloud OBS. Come to Italy? So this trip I only came to Amsterdam, but I'd love to do a Europe trip where I visit multiple places. Is it too loud? Anyone else, let me know in the chat if it is. I could probably reduce the gain in OBS. Break down a React project so it was fasting day. What do you mean by that? Well, if you turn it down, is it fine? Or is it peaking? Like, is it not intelligible? Because if you can turn it down and it's okay, I'm okay with that. Oh, I see. The ambience is too loud. Well, in a second, it's going to use my my laptop audio, so we'll see. Okay, good to know. I think so. For some reason, I'm not getting notifications on my phone, but we had some resubs. Thank you, Timon, for the 25 months, and Andrew for the 26 months. Will this be possible? Let's see. Will I consider the capacitor app? Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do it, but I definitely want to, because I need my own chat app that has all the features that I want. Yeah, what's up, Hunzen? We are in Kromhout Hall in Amsterdam, which is an old hangar where they used to build ships, but now it's hosting tech conferences. Hey, he's already. Will I ship? Yes. Yes? Alright, let's see if I can do this, because I didn't even consider this as an option. Why surprise? Well, OBS just like crashed for a second. Alright, I need to double check how do I get this streaming. Am I carrying a power strip? No, I'm not. And also, what's my battery looking like? 22%? That's fine. Let's see if this works. All right, I'm gonna go down for. Oh, no, I'm at a conference, not vacation. I went to JS Nation yesterday, and today is React Summit. Yeah, I mean, I'll show you my laptop. Lots of stickers. These are very like curated. I don't just put any sticker on my laptop. All right, I'm gonna go down for a few seconds, and then hopefully you'll see my screen, and then we'll build a React app that does something. See ya. Hello? Can you see me? Let me know in the chat if you can see me. Is it coming across? I'm gonna check on Twitch. And can you hear me okay? Because this is just using the built-in microphone on my MacBook. All good? Fascinating. We can live code literally anywhere. Let me double check the Twitch stream really quick. Fascinating. Okay. I think it's gonna work out. Let me just double check where everything is. Yeah, this should be fun. Let's do it. All right, let's build a React app. I don't know. Honestly, let's just do like a mini coding improv. So in the chat, the first 3 suggestions, we'll use those, and we'll build a React app with that. We'll use Vite for the React app. Chocolate flower. Okay, chocolate flower. I'm using the Wi-Fi at the conference. So let's create a React app like this. We're gonna call this React Summit Improv. Oh, we lost a little packets. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we're gonna do React with TypeScript. I think we have our suggestions though. So we've got chocolate, flower, banana, and algorithms. Let's see what we can do with that. No, if we're at React Summit, we have to use React. All right, let's run the app. There we go. We've got a React app, and then let's write down our words that we're going to use. So the suggestions we got were chocolat, flower, banana, and algorithms. So if you can buy a ticket to React Summit, and that gives you you're able to watch the live stream from there. But I won't be able to broadcast any of the talks because it's technically a paid ticket. All right, I think we can do like 2 more suggestions. Just throw like 2 more words in the chat, and then we'll use that to build an app. Blog? Guitar. We want something that's like not super tech related. We keep dropping packets though. Air travel? Okay. Okay, so let's come up with an idea with these, and then let's just do like a 35-minute timer. Pizza? So we have 35 minutes to build an app that takes in all of these ideas. I want to add canal because we're in Amsterdam and they have canals. Reduce the quality. So is it choppy? Like, is it skipping frames every now and then? Or is it all right when we drop frames? Let me know. So the summit is happening right now. I'm just taking a break from it. A sky with all of the items. Okay. What do we do? Oh, so it does get choppy? You know, I think you're right. Let's actually reduce the resolution. Let me do that, because that'll reduce the amount of data that I have to send. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay. I switched it to 3 instead of 5. That was a good suggestion. There's still packet loss though. I'm gonna switch to 720p because then it's even less data. got yelled at. I don't know if you heard that. Let me get you the artist name. This is Birdcap. It was made in 2016. We just got yelled at. I don't know if you heard that. Let me get you the artist name. This is Birdcap. It was made in 2016. Hello again. So now you're seeing OBS inside of OBS. Let me fix this. So now we're just doing 720p. So it should be all better on the packets. Yeah, we'll make it full screen. I was thinking, can I add a scale filter so that it's always 1080p? Let's see. Yeah. There we go. So a little less quality. Still packet loss. We might not be able to do this, which I probably shouldn't have tried. My plan right now is to do some live coding. Not too bad. Video set. Well, so you're always going to see 6,000 kilobits from the Twitch side, but from me to my streaming server is lower bit rate. But you know, let's just try it. Let's do our best. Okay, in the chat, let me know. We're going to build a React app that incorporates some of these ideas. Chocolate, flower, banana, guitar, and canal. And we'll reset our timer. So, well, 29. We have 29 minutes to build this thing. So what are we going to build that incorporates all these ideas? Let's think. We could have. I mean, it always goes to like some kind of game, but we could have like a canal or like a river, and there's like items floating down the river, and you have to collect them somehow. Can we do that in 30 minutes? I don't know if we can do that in 30 minutes in React. An algorithm for a supermarket, so like an algorithm to determine like what we would sell. Honestly, I like a minefield game where like we could come up with our own rules, because I think a full Minesweeper, a full Minesweeper would be, I think, pretty hard to do in 30 minutes, just because I've never done it before. But yeah, what if we have a grid, and then you click, and when you click, it will reveal one of these things, and you have to do your best to a memory game. We'll just do it, yeah, let's just do a memory game. I think we've done a memory game before. That's what I was thinking, is like fish the items from the canal, but honestly, if we only have 30 minutes, let's build a memory game. So we're going to do a memory game where you have several tiles. They all, and then there's two of each. And you click one, and you have to click the other one. And we'll like find some images for these. And the background can be like the Amsterdam Canal or something like that. So let's start with that. Let's go find a background image of Amsterdam. Yeah, we've already done it, but that's okay. I'm not opposed to building something for. I don't know if we did it in React last time. We might have done it in Vanilla JS last time. Yeah, let's find a good one. Or like, let's find like Amsterdam Central Station. Code the computer to play against you? How would that work? Honestly, we just have to pick one. Is this Amsterdam? This is it. All right. We're just going to download this. We'll put it in here. Assets. Background. Okay, so in our React app, we need a background. So let's rip everything else out. I'm just going to delete the main CSS file. And we'll rip out all of the index CSS. And in our app, we're not going to import that anymore or any of that. We're going to make it super simple. It's just going to be a div right here. Or we'll make it a main. And then we'll give main some styles in the global CSS to give it a background image. So let's target main, and the background image will be a URL that is relative assets background. Let's see what that does. Nothing. I'm gonna have to look up. Yeah, I know we did it before, but I guess if we look at it, we can see what we built it with. I thought we might have done it with Vanilla JS. Yeah, we did it with Vanilla JS. So we're gonna do the same thing, but with React. This was the memory guessing game. Okay. Nothing's happening. Let's make sure I'm targeting everything correctly. Oh, I guess div ID root, and then there's main. Yeah, main doesn't have a height. So we need to set the styles of the body and the div so that main will take up the full screen. So let's do that. So we'll say body, we'll do like a basic reset, no margin, box sizing, border box. Actually, we'll target everything to do this reset. And then body will have width of 100 view width and height of 100 view height. And a overflow of hidden. So we'll do that. And then the app element, which is the child of that, will have a width of 100% and a height of 100%. And then also the main element will have height 100%. Width, 100 view height, 100 view height, overflow hidden. We've got our body, we've got our, not ID app, it's ID root. There it is, cool. And then, does anyone know, can I do like background fit? Or background, well, how will I get this, the background to cover the page? I forget what property that is. Does anybody know? Background cover? Background size? Cover. Background size. Yes, that's it. That's the one. So now it'll like keep the image as the background all the time. Nice. Okay. Now we want a bunch of things on the page that we can click on. So I think we'll put it all in the app component. But we're gonna need a grid. Let's just do like a 5x5 grid. Of all the things we're going to be looking for. So, yeah, and I think, again, we'll just use emojis. So we'll have here our card images, and this is just going to be an array of emojis. So we need, like, a boat for, like, a canal. Let's grab this, like that. Perfect. And what's up, Krusty? Welcome in. We need some chocolate, like that. And we need some flowers. Do we have any tulips? Is that a tulip? Maybe there's some tulips in there. Bananas, yes, and guitars, like that. Okay, so we're gonna have a matching game with these 5 items. It's gonna be super simple. So what we need to do is we need to create a well, I guess it needs to be even. How many rows and columns? So this is gonna be 10 total. So we could do, I guess if we do 9 total. Yeah. So where's my? Maybe you can help me out with this, Codex. Where are the B frame settings in here? Is it in the output? I guess this would be in video, wouldn't, or very bottom of output. I guess, do I need advanced mode? Here we go. Hi, I'm a pedestrian. Please stop. Stop for pedestrians. Stop for pedestrians. Thank you. I should be back. So where is B frame? I did keyframe interval of 2 seconds. Is that the B frame? And that's a good call, American 2050. We'll do a 3x4. Came back smooth. So maybe it was the keyframe that was wrong? Let's see. Let's just go with this. Well, no, there was still some packet loss. So yeah, if we need one more emoji, for algorithms, we're gonna use a robot. Maybe I need like advanced encoder settings or something like that. It's worse than before? Really? What if I point my phone at my screen? And then we got packet loss. So let's. How are you really? This should be different because I forgot I was using the wrong codec. So now we're using HEVC, high efficiency video codec. So maybe this will be better. I think it was using X264 before. Let's try it. Let's try it and let's keep moving. Okay, so we have this array of emojis. We need to create a new array that has all of the emojis in it, but in a random order. So let's do that. And for now, we'll just do it on mount. So we'll have a use effect. And inside that use effect, we're going to create our state of where all of the emojis are. Too randomized? I don't think there's a built-in function. So we'll use use state from React. And it's going to be an array itself of all of the emoji elements. So we're going to make this a string array. And it starts off with nothing, but we'll call this the cells, and also set cells. So when the app spins up, we want to set the cells to be a list of the randomized cells. So we'll do something like this. We started off as empty. We'll create an array that has 2 of everything, and then we'll randomly remove from that array and add to the randomized array. So let's just have, we'll say while all cells has a length, we'll grab a random one. So random index will be math.floor of math.random times the length of all cells. So that should give us a random index, and then we want to remove it out. So then we'll just say all cells dot splice removes? I always forget. Yeah, so we want to remove at that random index one of them. That's going to return the random emoji. And then we're going to push that random emoji into the randomized cell. So, and actually this can still be const. So we can say randomized cells dot push the random emoji. And not const, like this. So this should give us an array that has 2 of every emoji, but in a completely random order. Hopefully, if I did that right. And so after we have it, we then have the cells. So let's show it on the page. For now, I'll just do a JSON stringify of the cells. Let's see, does this work? Yeah, so we have 2 robots, 2 bananas, 2 flowers, 2 guitars, 2 chocolates, and 2 boats. And if we refresh, it's a random order every time. Awesome. So we have the list of all the emojis. Now we want to add those as cards on the page. So let's iterate. So we'll say, and actually we can just use a CSS grid for this. So we should be able to do cells.map. We'll grab each cell. And then we just want to render out a little div that's going to be that specific cell. And for now, we'll put the emoji inside of it. And we'll give this a class name of emoji. And on the main, we'll style this in the CSS to be a grid. So, and on main, we're gonna give it a display of grid, and we're gonna give it 3 rows, 4 columns. And I always forget, is it like this? So we want 3 rows and 4 columns. Let's see. No, that's not it. Is it this? Times come first. Cool. So it's happening. You can't quite see it yet, but now they're all spread out in a grid. Can we also do something like place content center or place items center? Yeah, that's amazing. That's so easy. Now all of our squares are like exactly in the center. And then we added that emoji class. So on the specific emojis, let's give it a big font size, like 20 rem. Too much. Too many rems. 5 rem. Look at that. We've got a bunch of emojis. So now what we want is, it actually needs to start off as like the background on each one of these, and then when we click them, it will flip it around. And so we'll have like we'll be flipping 2 at a time. So we don't have the flip animation, but for now we actually need some more state. So instead of just the emoji string itself, we need the state as to whether that cell is flipped or not, and whether that cell has been solved or completed. So in our randomized cells, let's do more things. So we're going to have an emoji property. We'll also have the other state pieces. So solved, which is like we've already found it, that'll default to false, and then flipped will also default to false. And now we need a little TypeScript interface to define this. So we'll have our interface cell, which has all of these, like that, and like that. And now our state variable can hold an array of cells. Do we create a separate component? I'm just going to do it all in one component. I've only got 11 minutes. We gotta get it going. So we're pushing these in, and now we actually want to render the cell.emoji, but we want to do this conditionally because we only want to show the cell emoji if it is has been flipped. And so when you click on it, we need to set it to flipped. So what to do? I think we'll have a div inside of a div. We'll have 2 divs. One div will be the background. Call this like card BG. And then we'll have the card foreground. The foreground will have the emoji on it. And then the card background will just be like a solid color. So let's say the card background width and height is 100%, so it takes up the full cell. And we'll give it a background color of a nice green color. Let's take a quick stretch. Okay, what did that do for us? But now we need the logic on which one do we display. So if the cell is flipped or solved, or the cell is solved, then we want to show the card foreground. I did not bring hot sauce. Did I skip the break? Otherwise, we want to show the card background. And actually, we should probably just put the Netherlands flag as the card background here. So we're gonna do does anyone know the emoji code for the Netherlands flag? So I streamed. You'll have to watch the VOD because I walked around on the Expo floor earlier. Can someone paste the Dutch flag? Thank you. Cool. All right. So it's kind of ugly. Let's find a better color. We'll like pick this like color to match the background. Maybe like this one. Let's put it like that. That's fine. And also the emoji, or we need another class. We're going to call this just the card, and it also has a width of 100% and a height of 100%. So that way the card takes up the full grid, like this, like that. But we want some gaps in there. And I guess honestly, it shouldn't take up 100%. maybe it's just like 70%, so we can still see the background. 80%? This is fine. This is totally fine. But now, when we click on it, we want to flip it over. So we need some logic here. When we click a cell, we need to set the state of this one specific cell to be flipped, or its flipped needs to be the opposite of what it was. So what can we do here? Because we want to do set cells, and we need to update cells because we get the previous value, and we need to copy it and only update this one specific cell. Do we have two sliced? We don't. We're gonna have to do it manually. So we're gonna map over it. This gives us each cell. And if the previous cell is equal to the cell that we're trying to change, we're going to do something. Otherwise, we're just going to return the previous cell. And if it's the one we want to change, then we want to return a copy of it. So we're going to spread the current cell and set flipped to be the opposite of what it was. Like that. So now we can click them, and they flip over and back. Yeah, so we should definitely add a key. The thing is, this list isn't changing, so like it doesn't actually matter as much, but we should. It's the right thing to do. So we can add a key right here, and well, at that point we would kind of need an ID. Technically, we can use the index just because, like I said, this list isn't changing order, so that should be fine. Yeah. So in this case, the index is always the same, but yeah. Okay, we have 5 minutes left. We now need the actual game logic of you can only click two things at a time. So I guess we could technically have like a computed property that determines how many cells have been turned over. And maybe instead of flipped, we call it like checking, because you can only check two at a time. So let's actually rename this. So yeah, we're gonna call this checking. And here we set checking to true or false, but you can only check two at a time. So if the amount of checked cells is 2, then we shouldn't do anything else here. So we kind of want a use effect that looks at the cells. We're gonna do this. Code recycle? I mean, we could. But I think here I want to look at the cells, and anytime the cells change, if two cells have been flipped, then actually, I mean, one thing we can also do on the background is like give it a little bit of opacity so you can see through it. Like that, something like that. Okay. When the cells change, so let's get the checked cells, and that's going to be all of the cells. We want to count the ones that have been checked. So for each cell, we're going to have the total and the cell itself. Total starts off as 0, and we need to return the total plus if the cell is, if we're checking it, then we want to add 1, otherwise we add 0. And that should give us a checked cell count. So now, whenever we click on a cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But what we can do now is, if the number of checked cells is 2, then we shouldn't be able to click another one. Basically, we have a timeout where we can't click anything until it's been reset. Yeah, we're up against the timer, exactly. I think we only have 2 minutes. I don't know if I can do it in 2 minutes. I can probably do it in 6 minutes. But honestly, I think I want this to be a computed property, like a memoized thing. I guess I don't have to, though. But I kind of want it to be, because then I can have a use effect that looks at the current property, and then, yeah, that's what I want. We're gonna bust out use memo. So use memo is basically how we create computed properties in React. But basically, you can take this and we'll say checked cells is use memo, and then we just return this whole reduce from the use memo. And now checked cells is essentially a computed property that only updates when the number of clicked cells change. But what I can do now is I can have a use effect that looks at or listens for when the number of checked cells has changed, and we can have our logic in here. So if the number of checked cells is equal to 2, then we'll have a timeout that flips them back over. And then we can also have some logic down here that says on click, if the number of checked cells is equal to 2 or is greater than or equal to 2, don't do anything. Like you shouldn't be able to flip more than 2 cells. And so if 2 cells got clicked on, let's say in 700 milliseconds, we flip them back over. Well, first we should check of the 2 flipped cells, are they the same? And if they're the same, then we change them to being solved. So, yeah, unless they were a match, exactly. So, kind of need to do that here. So I'm just keeping track of the number. We actually could do, instead of reduce, let's just do a filter, because then that gives us an array of them. And then we have access to them easily. So we want all of the cells that are being checked right now. That's it. It's much simpler than I was doing before. So checked cells is actually an array, and then we can check the length of it to see if it's 2. Like that. So if the length is 2, you hear the bells. The time is up. All right, let's give ourselves 6 more minutes to finish this up. It's not going to be polished. We're not going to have animations or anything, but we will have. Is the sound coming through on there? Sorry about that. I guess I can reduce that audio there. Okay. So we can check both of them. So we can say if checked cells at 0 is equal to checked cells at 1. So if the emoji there is the same, then we solved it. So we need to set the state so that both of those have a solved property of true. So here we can do a set cells call. We get the previous, and we're going to map over it. And if that previous cell is equal to checked cells at 0, or it's equal to checked cells at 1, if it's equal to either of them, we want to mark it as solved. So we'll mark it as solved, otherwise we just return the previous cell as it is. So here we'll say solved is true, and everything else should be the same. So we can just have emoji being the checked cells at 0 dot emoji. and checking is false, like that. So now we should be good to go. I think like this, let's see what this does. Basically, we'll flip 2, and if they're the same, actually we need the opposite logic. So if they're the same, then we mark them as solved. If they're not the same, then we need to mark everything as not solved and not checking. So in this case, we could do set cells where we have the previous cells, and we just want, I guess we'll call it previous. We want all of them to just be flipped back over if they didn't match. So this gives us the previous cell, and we want to change everything except for checking will be false on it, like that. I think that's it. So you flip 2, they're going to instantly flip over. So technically what we want is we don't want to set them back immediately. Well, not here. Here, we don't want to set them back immediately. We kind of want to set them back after like 700 milliseconds or something like that. And we probably also need to know if we've set this timer, because if we've already set this timeout, we don't want to do it again. But let's just see it. So if I click 2, after 700 milliseconds, they flip back over. I think it's going to be trickier to figure out how to make sure that we don't, because if I keep clicking, honestly, I guess that still works. Yeah, I can still click. Oh, but that's the game. We're done. We did it. we solved we built it, but with no animations. Look at that. I feel like there's definitely some bug in there. GG. Yeah, look at that. We did it. And we get to see just how convoluted React is. Or not React. Honestly, these immutable state updates, I think, are a lot for people to take in if you haven't seen this kind of thing before, because we're constantly mapping the array, updating a specific property. This would have been the perfect use case for like Immer or Immer, some immutable state library where we didn't have to do all this mapping. I went overboard on it. I mean, you kind of have to do that. Push the click cell data into an array if the length is 2. I guess you're right on that, right? Because basically I could have another state variable that is which of the cells have been clicked. Instead of having this memoize function, that would have been a little bit easier. I think you're totally right. But let's call it solved. let's say we did it without any animations or anything like that, with time to spare. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. But I'm gonna keep live tweeting. So follow over on Twitter if you haven't yet. I'll be posting pictures and photos of the conference, and also follow if you haven't. I'll be live again tomorrow, just to do an IRL stream. So I'm going to be walking all around Amsterdam. And I guess before I go, I'm going to switch back to my phone. Because this is dropping a lot of packets. So, all right, I'll be right back. That sun is a whole lot brighter in my eyes than it is in the camera. Cast found. Well, that's a good picture. It's blurring the background. Wow! My camera is not... That's cool. All right, here I am again, not on my laptop. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. We've been live from the balcony over here at React Summit. But like I said, I'm gonna keep tweeting, posting pictures, and if you missed the VOD, go watch, because we did a full tour of the Expo floor. We saw all of the booths and the stages and everything else. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll give you another quick tour. So These, I believe, are cranes. They're used to like lift things, and so like the rafters there that have like the lights on them, they use the, I'm pretty sure maybe they didn't use the cranes. They have like other lifts out there that they're using. It wasn't an airplane hangar, it was a boat hangar. They built ships, not boats, I think like really big ships in this place. Or they used to, not anymore though. Alright, we're gonna do a raid, so stick around for the raid. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and hopefully, like, I'm sorry about all the dropped packets. Hopefully that was entertaining enough and you could follow along easy enough. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, and stick around for the raid.